with Jenn Mason, who has a great tip for taking those vacation photos and using them, well, for art supplies, essentially, right?
Exactly. So I am not like the person who takes pictures of my children in front of, say, important things like the Eiffel Tower. I'm always looking for the graffiti on the walls, or I'm looking for a texture for a background. They're places to start.
Okay, well, why don't you take us through some of the photos and show us how they would work for you to make art?
Excellent. So let's start with these. So this is the easiest one, I think, to understand. And honestly, I took these because I had you in mind. I know how much you like drawing faces. And
I love drawing faces.
And I was on a family trip to some fancy places, and I just love these. We have, this really beautiful, very idealistic face. It's very dark, and I loved how I can take the simplicity of that and try a different kind of face.
I was going to say, what inspires me about this photo and what I would do is I like the sort of crown of leaves on it, and I know that that's something that I would definitely try. The same with this one, I feel like it's the curly beard that I might want to try there. But I know also, because you and I are both fans of stencils, that you said you have some photos that immediately you were thinking, I'm going to make stencils from these.
Exactly. So a couple different ones. We have this, which was from Pompeii, and I love the texture of that.
I see a stencil without even a question.
And then some of the graffiti, what I really like are all the different layers on this, and I'm going to challenge myself to recreate this in not the way it was made. So this was like something was put up and somebody painted over it and put up and painted over it. I'm going to try the same thing, but on purpose.
You know, this looks like an abstract painting to me, and I can totally see that I would do a background in kind of these whites with some browns, and then bring in a blue layer, have a red sort of focal point, and then I actually asked you before we started, I said, did you draw on here? And you said?
I didn't, but Rome is the place of graffiti. Like, you can find in some of the old buildings like graffiti from BC. So there's graffiti everywhere. This was on the side of a train. This is actually painted on a subway train from the outside. I took a picture while we were driving.
You know what this makes me think of is the technique where you take acrylic paint, water it down, and spray alcohol into it, and you get these little dots. And that's a good reminder to try that technique.
Exactly. And so, so I'm out in the world, I'm thinking of artsy things, and I want to try to capture them. So unfortunately, I have no pictures of my children, but I do have really great pictures of textures. This is now the screen on my phone screen. And I've got things to start, collages in
beautiful
art
decay.
journals.
I can see using embossing powder to recreate some of these crackles and stuff. It's just so neat to think that you can take all those things you see in your travels, bring them home, and use them as art fodder. It's so much fun to mix it up and create with collage.